Hello, how are you? Welcome to Tuesday Tip Day. My name is Sarah Torino. If you're new to me, I'm super glad that you are here. So today we are talking about late night snacking and why it's an issue, and 5 ideas that I have to consider not doing it. All right, so first I want to start by saying, if you know anything about me, you know that I am not about dieting. If that is your jam and you want to diet, there's about 1 million other trainers out there that can help you along with that, but I'm not that person. And so the reason why I say that is because it's really important that you know that that is not the space that I'm coming from when I'm talking about late night snacking at all. I'm talking about it in terms of how it affects your system, because I come at wellness from a holistic and a whole system approach. So let us dig in. So I'm going to make sure that I have my notes because it's important that I remember everything. So the first thing I want to talk about is why late night snacking is an issue. The first reason is because it disrupts your system, and it can cause a disruption in your sleep. And sleep is a huge pillar of wellness. It is an important pillar to really honor. So what happens is your system is designed to eat and rest and eat and rest and eat and rest, and then have a period of full night's sleep rest, right? And then you wake in the morning and you break your fast, break breakfast. That is how the system optimally is designed. When you eat and snack at night, it disrupts the system. And so instead of the body calming, all of the systems calming, hormonally, digestively, instead of everything slowly moving into a night of sleep, you're confusing your system, and your system is like, you're putting food in me. Oh, I guess I better amp myself back up again. Okay? And so it kind of confuses your system, the result of which is often a disruption in your sleep patterns. There was a study that was done out of Brazil between a group of men and women, and they tested late night eating and the effects of late night eating. The result was across the board, there was disruption in sleep, more in women than in men. Okay? I could go on and on about the importance of sleep, but I'm not going to do that today because we really want to stay on topic. I just want you to know that when you eat at night, it disrupts your system. So I have some things to say about it and some ideas for you to try. Let me know how they resonate with you. Put your comments below so you can tell me how they land with you. I had someone just come in and Angel said, you snack at night pretty much every night, she said. You're not alone. I actually sent an email about this to my email list and got a couple of people responding saying, doesn't everybody snack at night? And isn't that, kind of normal? And so I just want you to think about it. I want to start by saying, because I'm not someone that believes in dieting, I want you to be very clear that if you're hungry, eat. Okay? This is not about not giving yourself food at all, because that is just not how I roll in the world. If you're hungry, eat. But here's some things to think about, all right? Number 1, again, this is a whole other course, but what I want you to consider is don't eat while you're doing electronics in general. Lunchtime, turn the computer off, phone away. Dinner time, electronics are not on. You're not in front of the TV. Oftentimes what happens with late night eating is that it just kind of happens and you're in front of the TV and you're eating. What happens when you are doing that, whenever you're eating in front of electronics, is there's a part of your brain that kind of shuts down, and you aren't able to sense and feel hunger or fullness. So when you are eating in front of the television, you aren't really paying attention. You're not really sensing and feeling what you're doing, and it can result in, number one, eating when you're not really hungry. And number two, it can result in overeating and getting really uncomfortable because you're not paying attention to what you're eating. So the first thing I would say, of the 5 tips I'm going to give you really quickly here, the first one is turn off your electronics. Oh, have that just be a rule. Don't eat when you're distracted. Eat and be present. The second one is to ask yourself before you eat, am I really hungry? If you've already eaten dinner and you're reaching in the pantry for something, or ask yourself in that moment, am I really hungry here? Oftentimes what happens is the answer that comes up is no. And then the follow-up question is then what am I? And then give yourself what you need. If you're bored, do something to entertain yourself. If you're stressed, do something to reduce your stress. But notice that if you're eating when you aren't hungry, that there's often a reason for that, and you can attend to yourself. Okay? Number 3. Have a cup of herbal tea or a glass of water. Often what happens is our body signals get kind of confused, and what happens is often thirst presents as hunger. Sometimes we're often dehydrated and not having enough fluid during the day, and then what happens is it presents as hunger when it's actually thirst. So try a glass of herbal tea, or try a glass of water, and see, do kind of a before and after, and then you can find out, was I actually just was I really thirsty and not hungry? The fourth thing is to really enjoy a good dinner. Now, meals on average are meant to hold you about 4 hours or so, give or take. Every body is different. I'm just using this as a template, okay? But on average, 4 to 5 hours, that's how long a meal is meant to hold you. So if you don't eat a good dinner, you're going to start getting hungry. If you eat at 6 o'clock, at around 10 o'clock, you might start getting hungry. You might start getting hungry earlier if you haven't eaten enough at your meal. So that's an interesting thing to play with, is what is enough for you so that you can last until bedtime, so that you can last until the next meal. And number 5, oh, I can't tell you over the years how many clients I get pushed back on this about. Go to bed. Go to bed earlier. There's so many reasons to go to bed earlier, and to start to play with giving yourself actually what your body requires with regard to sleep. But go to bed earlier, because if you're eating, for example, at 6 o'clock, but you stay up till midnight, well, clearly the meal is not going to hold you, right? It's meant to hold you until 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then you go to bed naturally and wake up in the morning and break your fast, right? That makes sense? So yeah, if you're a later, if you go to bed later and you're, eating dinner, yes, your meal isn't going to hold you. So try going to bed earlier. I'm a big fan of sleep. It's good for you. All right, let's quickly review. Number 1, turn off your electronics when you eat. Be present in your eating. Number 2, ask yourself if you're really hungry before you eat, before you snack. 3, have a cup of herbal tea or a glass of water. See if it's thirst instead of hunger. 4, eat a good dinner. Eat a good dinner to hold you through the rest of the evening. And the last, consider going to bed earlier instead of staying up late so that you're being held by your dinner and not going past the time of your dinner no longer being in your belly. All right, so those are my 5. Let me know how they resonate with you. I just want you to consider your late night snacking. Consider if it's serving you. Notice if there's a connection between snacking and quality of sleep. Take it away for a week and notice if your quality of sleep improves. And I'm a big fan of just making sleep your job. I just think it's the best thing ever. All right, have a great day. It has been a delight to be here. Thank you for joining me. If this serves you, please share it with others, share me with others, and or invite others into it by tagging them. Have a great day. See ya.